look at you guys, you're so excited. I generally want to just keep talking because I can feel the tension building and you're like, oh, get her on, get her on. I am horrible, aren't I?
Let's bring her on.
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All yours.
Do it together. Welcome.
Okay.
Ready?
Welcome to the stage, Body Wright! Welcome. Yeah, you get your pick of it.
Very own couch.
Yeah. Everyone's heard of the couch. The shoes, yeah. Strong shoe game today.
See, she's got beautiful silver shoes on.
That was really weird because all the cameras started doing that.
Yeah,
like, oh.
we can see things with our eyes as well as our cameras.
No, not it's my fancy.
It's not real unless you recorded it, I guess.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. How you doing, Bonnie?
I have been very good, very good.
And they're treating you nice?
They are, yeah. This is my first time vlogging, so it's good. Thank you for welcoming me.
Have you got to see any of it?
Well, I went to a beer house, so I thought that's all I needed to do. I'm going to get waffles later, Baltimore waffles. Went to the Grand Place, the square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been
So you
mainly
did
here.
all the
I've seen this building.
How strong is that beer?
It's pretty strong, yeah.
I asked for a light one yesterday and it was about 7%. I was like, well that's strong.
Yeah.
Be careful, is all I'm saying.
Well, I was about to say, you said you've seen a lot of the building. Have you had a chance to see the rest of the convention, or have you maybe
I haven't. I've been pretty behind my table. Or
Your queue is so, every time I walk past, your queue is insane.
Yeah, it's been popular for sure. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, if you want to break the internet, you could play it on the Quidditch Broom fucking Bronco.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Imagine what that video would
A
be.
good viral video.
Oh yeah.
Matt fell off it immediately.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it ruined me. But yeah.
I've got a question, because we had a banner yesterday who we were chatting to, and she was saying how she was a huge Potter fan before she even auditioned and got the role and stuff. So before we start with anything, I want to know if it was a similar story with you, or whether, you were like, what's all this Potter business, and showed up to the casting, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty young, and when I was 9 years old when I auditioned, so I'd only probably just by about that age began to even have the patience to read books that were that long. But it was actually my older brother who had kind of got into the books a lot earlier than me. He had read, I guess at that point they'd only had 3 books out, but he had read them, and he was the one that really thought I was like Ginny, and he was the one that suggested that I go for an audition. But so when I then got the audition, I then read up quickly at the first book, and then I was into it. I was hooked. I mean, I, like everyone, used to go and get the book on the first day it came out, and speed read it.
Did you dress up?
I didn't dress up. I think that might draw a little bit too much attention. Yeah.
When was the last book out? I can roughly.
Must have been when I was like 16.
So you'd already in films though by that point?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the chronological, because I asked this the other day, and I find this fascinating. When you read those later books, do you see yourself in the role, or did you have an image of a different?
I guess you kind of have an image not only of like myself, but of everyone. Like you'd be reading it with not only my character in mind, but kind of everyone's character. I would often have to read it twice. You read it the first time, and the way you read it is like super disjointed, because you're sort of imagining, oh, I wonder how they're going to do that, or just seeing, your name pop out. And then I'd have to read it again as a story.
Oh yeah. Is there anything that was in the books that didn't make the films that you wish had done?
Yeah, a lot, sadly. I wish I could make like 6-hour-long movies and include everything. But it was, just you have to edit it down, and at the end of the day, most movies have a hero and they follow one person's story, which is inevitable, and it is called Harry Potter, so it's like centering around Harry's character is the most important, which makes total sense to me in terms of filmmaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were lots of scenes, and I think we got to really experience the beauty of the sets that were built. They were so detailed and so elaborate and just so real that it was such a shame sometimes that you didn't get to see more of that world just by taking wrong turns down alleyways and corridors. There was always such detail.
Everyone who ever comes from the Potter sets who we talk to always says that the sets were just, I think, like
even the props, like everything, you turn a page of a book and it had all the detail, like just, things that would never get picked up on camera, but that gave so much depth to the world and the layers.
Especially because you were so young when you started filming them, that must have been like a whole other level. Did you then, there have been other movie sets where you're like, well, they haven't put any effort in at all. Where's the laneways?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, it was definitely a back-to-front way of getting into film. You land yourself a role in a movie that's, at that time and still for quite some time will be some of the biggest movies ever made in British cinema. Like at the time, it was, you were working throughout the process of those films with the top, person of anyone within their field. So whether it was the production designer or the costume designer or the camera operator, anyone, they were all the best there could be in the industry at that given time. So for me, it was like a mini film school. I learned so much about how films were made. I stepped on set not knowing anything, and I left being totally in love with filmmaking and storytelling. When I went to university, I studied that, so it very much directed me into what I wanted to do.
I don't know why I find that so weird, because obviously you guys famously had teachers on set. The idea of you going from Harry Potter to university, that's when you hear like royalty going to university, like, no, that's was that a weird experience going into that sort of work, or was it just normal?
Really, I mean, I guess I'd always, even though obviously I spent a lot of time on set and doing my studying on set, anytime I wasn't filming, and when I could, I would go back to school because I would want to, still participate in a huge part of your life, which is school and just the environment which you're in, and that was the same sort of opinion I had at university. I think it's such a rite of passage, and I think if you want to go, I think I mainly just, from university rather than what I learned, it was more just like how I learned it and what framework I learned it in. So I'm pleased that I continue to, I never had a gap year, like I went straight. We were still filming the last Harry Potter film when I was in my first year.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember like trying to catch up on all the things that I had missed, which is just how I was used to doing things for 10 years, making sure that I was, caught up with my work. And I remember some tutors being like, honestly, you're doing more work than like half the people in the years. So it was just part of my, I don't know, I just think my ability to like do multiple things at once is brilliant.
I'd love to see that lecture in a way where, can I have an extension? I'm filming the last Harry Potter. But no, absolutely serious. If there's a message here, it's stay in school, kids.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you started filmmaking. Is there anything that you would like to do in the future going forward? Like, what's your dream in terms of that part of your career?
Yeah, sure. So I graduated in 2012, and since then I've been directing and writing my own short films. I've made about, how many short, I don't know, like 6 short films and about 4 music videos, and I've directed 2 commercials.
Yeah, so just a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, not been busy all year.
As you can tell, I like to work. And so this year I hope my ultimate goal with the directing is to transition and move through into feature filmmaking.
Yeah.
So that's like the plan for this year. Hopefully if all goes well, I'll shoot at the end of this year my first feature film.
Amazing!
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Do you prefer that to being on screen, or are they very different?
They're very different. I've very specifically over the last few years just chosen to only focus on my directing. It's quite hard to do both, I found. I think each separately take a whole lifetime of work and energy. So to do two, even though they very much inform one another, they're a very different skill set. So I personally, right now, prefer to be behind the camera. I know right now I'm in front of the camera talking to you all, but actually my most safer space is behind the camera, and I just love to collaborate, and I love that as from a directing standpoint you get to work across all the departments, and I definitely have that way of thinking. Like I definitely think quite like laterally and encompass all the things, so it suits me very well. Yeah.
Do you have a preference for genre, like drama, sci-fi, fantasy?
You know, it's funny, for most of the work that I've done has been like heavy drama, like character-led, not much events or action, and this film that will be my first feature film is actually kind of more of a thriller monster movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's been fun. It's been definitely fun getting more, because it's weird because I would say I watch a lot of sci-fi and thrillers and kind of I love like very apocalyptic, like large scale, very dystopian outlook on things.
We've just become best friends, by the way.
Okay, cool. So this will mark that. I guess I maybe never thought that I could do something of that scale. I mean, it's still very much like contained as like a small town monster movie, but I hope that will enable me to have my stepping stone into more sci-fi stuff.
Just because I've never had the opportunity to naturally segue into this question, favorite type of apocalypse? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
I guess interestingly, this film like combines a lot of my sort of passion in protecting the environment. So most of my apocalyptic kind of visions or nightmares or interests in film are usually to do with climate-related like apocalypse or climate-related sort of end of the world reasons.
Have you ever read the sort of theory about if you follow monster movies over time, they reflect the fears of society. So right on the money.
I mean, my monster essentially is that. It represents pollution essentially.
But the real monster is the man, right?
For sure.
Yes.
The monster's just the mirror up to man. So sadly, with the pollution.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry now. This is very so I never get to talk about apocalypses, and my fiance stops me all the time. But also with directing, coming from an acting background, I find a lot of directors who do that become the best directors because you understand what it's like to be around on the set whilst all that other stuff's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think having been directed as an actor, you understand like what's helpful and what's not helpful. Like I think for me, I don't want to get nothing from the director. I don't want to be complete free reign, but I also don't want to be told so much that I have so many directions in my head that I'm like, I don't know what they want. So I think with directing your actors, it's like showing them where the walls of the room are and then letting them like play within them.
It's a very good way of doing that.
Yeah. We all need some boundaries, you know?
We've got about 10 minutes.
We will get killed if we don't do this. Questions? Okay, I'm going to come down. You are so excited you can be our first question.
Hi, Billy. For translation from my boyfriend.
Okay, the question is, you shoot 8 movies of Harry Potter. What did you feel the very last scene of the very last movie? What was the
feeling? So the very last scene that we shot was the very last scene you see in the film, which is the epilogue when we're all like aged with our children. And it was really weird and surreal because like the young girl playing our daughter was like the same age that I was when we started the films. So it felt like a really beautiful like full circle. But it was one of those things that I don't think any of us really thought it could be over because it was such a big part of our lives that it was like surreal. But yeah, we were all just kind of stunned and sad. And I guess we knew we were all ready for it to be complete because we knew that we'd given everything we could to the characters. But I would say it was just stunned. Yeah.
Beautiful. Hands up. Oh, so many. Yes, you adorable. So.
What is your favorite spell?
Oh, my favorite spell is Reducto because it just implodes anything.
Oh, I asked this yesterday. If you could make up a spell and it could do anything, what would it be? Yeah, it's hard. That's how you cast the spell as well.
Yeah, just well, you know what? I mean, could I just like get rid of all single-use plastics in the world?
Oh, that's
There's a lot of plastic in this building, so if I could get rid of that, that'd be good. What would that be?
Plastic radioso.
There we go. Plastic radioso.
But you pronounce it plastic radioso. Yeah, that's the end. Yeah, we'll try and get him.
Hi. My question is where is your favorite Harry Potter?
My favorite film, Harry Potter film? Or book? My favorite book was the 5th book because of all the Order of the Phoenix characters, yeah. And then my favorite film was The Chamber of Secrets.
Good. Well, this gentleman who Slytherin? Slytherin!
I need to know if you were still in touch with the cast.
We're still in touch with the cast.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I am. And we're all in the same place at the same time, which is pretty difficult.
Do you have a WhatsApp group?
In fact, the person who lives the closest to me is a fellow Slytherin of yours, Tom. He's the closest in terms of miles to me. Ivana, I love to see, obviously she's here. I saw Katie Leung, who played Cho Chang, like 3 days ago. So we see each other when we happen to be in the same city.
Oh, lovely. Hello, we'll try and get this little group.
Hi, Bonnie. What was your 3 favorite characters except your own character?
Ooh, okay. Hagrid, Lupin, and Dobby.
Oh, favorite. Okay, here's a question you'll never get asked. If Voldemort was going to wand Lupin or Hagrid and you could only save one.
No, that's so cruel. That's just made me listen.
Obviously, I want to choose Dobby because if you killed it, oh my. Yes, and then we'll get you guys.
Hello. I was wondering if Ginny didn't end up with Harry, would you prefer that she end up with Luna or Draco?
Ooh, let's twists. Well, I mean, Luna would be cooler, right? I mean, that would be a way cooler storyline.
Yeah, defo.
Yeah.
Defo. Yes, and then yes.
Hello, what was your favorite scene? Ooh, I loved all of the Battle of Hogwarts scenes. We got, it was just, I mean, loads of characters, like, came back for that battle, like, people that we sort of said goodbye to in the earlier films kind of came back for this, like, big showdown. And that had one of my favorite moments in it between me, Bellatrix, and Mrs. Weasley, when she stands up for me and gets Bellatrix. It's pretty good.
If you could be a villain, who would you be?
Bellatrix.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Hi. What's your go-to comfort food?
Ooh, my go-to comfort food. Chocolate, and you know what? I'm in the right place because I've eaten a lot of chocolate in the last 2 days
The
here.
green room is entirely chocolate.
Yeah.
No.
I went to like chocolate shops the other night. There were like chocolate shops open at 10 p.m. I was like, I think I should move to Brussels.
I know, I'd be dead within a year.
Yeah.
Just be full of chocolate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. What do you think about the difference between book reading and movie reading?
Oh, well, like I said before, I wish I had more time to show a lot of Ginny. There was so much of her that I was upset to not be able to put into the movies. I think more of her Quidditch, more of her relationship with Harry. I think just more understanding the kind of like the strength that Harry is attracted to. And a lot of the Dumbledore's army stuff, I feel like never was like in there. Like when they were off, you know, in touring and trying to find the Horcruxes, there was all those scenes of Ginny and Neville and Luna like keeping the army alive at Hogwarts. Like I wish they'd had more of those scenes.
Oh, that was it. Cool. We're going to try and do 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon. If you were allowed to change your patronas, would you do and which animal and why exactly?
What did you say? Would I change
If
my...
you could change your Patronus, which animal would you
Oh, I would like a whale, because just imagine how big a whale. We did have an all
Battle over!
pretty really earlier.
Oh,
A
yeah.
giant whale.
Have you done the Patronus test for real?
You know, I haven't. I've done my house, but I haven't done my Patronus.
What's your house?
I was Gryffindor.
Still Slytherin!
I still don't have one.
We've got to do
I still
you.
haven't done
Yeah.
it.
They actually recorded me doing it, which was
What?
pretty cruel because I was
How
like, what if
nervous,
what if I'm then like show my, you know,
Yeah.
true colours by being disappointed in my house?
Oh, that would have been so bad. Doctor Who's got a question? Just watch the microphone in the speaker.
So you worked a lot with green screen and CGI. So my question is, what was the weirdest scene in that regard that you had to do?
The on CGI. You know what? Luckily, I mean, we definitely worked a lot with green screen and CGI, but luckily, unlike a lot of movies I understand, we actually built like a lot of the things that you see. So even if it's like a creature that we're reacting to, a lot of the time they like fully built like a life-size version of that. So our imagination never had to stretch too far because they pretty much like did it for us. But I remember Quidditch was quite exhausting and quite painful, sat on a broom. And also there was this one scene where I can't even remember, I think it was in the 5th film, and we're like running down these hallways where there's loads of like those glass orbs that people like, do they capture memories in them? I can't remember. Anyways, we were running down like a completely empty room, imagining there are like all these orbs flying towards us, and I remember just being like, we just look ridiculous. So some things like that were hard, but we were pretty lucky that they built things.
I mean, yeah, there's so many stories where, like, people are just like, yeah, so there'll be this, and this.
Yeah, and it's still, I mean, I think animatronics, when they're properly built in films and you get to actually work with an animatronic Dobby or an animatronic centaur, all those things, even if they do then, like, add a little bit more detail in CGI, like, it's super cool. Like, I think just the respect for those artists that have managed to make animatronics and not rely totally on things been happening in post-production.
They said, loads of people who come from the film say the prop masters were really strict on getting, especially one.
Getting them back, yeah.
Is there anything you wish, other than your wand, is there anything you wish you could have got offset?
Do you know what? I didn't think it at the time because I spent like way too long in it, but my Gryffindor like outfit,
Oh, yeah.
which by the end of it I was like happy to say goodbye to this woolen, you know, jumper and thing that I'd spent 10 years in, but now I'm like, I could have.
You're around the house clothes.
Yeah, that's pretty much when no one's
Just
watching.
doing the hoovering. We have time for, unfortunately, just 1 or 2 more questions, so yes.
Can you say something in French?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. I was going to say, do you want me to say something in parcel tongue instead?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, bonjour, I can't say, I mean, my French is not...
Can you
very
do
good.
French parcel tongue?
No. I can do parcel tongue in a French accent.
Yes. Cameras down, everyone.
Okay, I'll do some parcel tongue. Yes. really hear that. It
Oh,
sounds
Yeah, no, it's good.
But it's basically it opens the chamber of secrets. What I just said.
It was all, I got ASMR there. That was like,
Yeah, Shia Hassangata Selibayan. It's not very French. Pardon, it's not French.
Just put la at the beginning.
We have one very excited girl here. You're going to be our last question, so don't be nervous. Okay.
Hi, what's your best memory on the Harry Potter shooting?
Ooh, that's very difficult. I feel like at different times I choose different things just according to like what I recall. I would say my happiest memories and like what I always feel most like grateful for being a part of was the Weasley family. Just because all the scenes that we had in the Weasley house and the Burrows and were just always so much fun. Like I felt like there were always this like additional thing that I got to be a part of. Like not only were there the Hogwarts scenes, but also just the Weasley house scenes. Like I loved all my brothers, and I loved, you know, Julie Walters, who played my mum, really was like my on-set mum. She really like kind of looked after me and took care of me. So I miss those the most for sure.
What a good last question. Did you Google Translate that as well? Yeah, I think you did. It's fine. Yeah, she's like,
Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say this because we could do this all day, but we're out of time. So,
Thank you all for listening, though.
yeah, exactly. I was going to say, show her how much you love her.
We'll be back at 4:40 with the one and only Robert Picardo.
Yeah, go enjoy your times. One more time, Buddy Roy!